Hey guys, it's Kalen556 and you're watching ARK Survival Evolve. What I'm going to do for the next half hour or so is just run a little tutorial starting at level 1 on the island. A couple of things to note beforehand is that I will not enable the crosshair, you can go away. I have enabled the map location. I don't particularly use this setting myself. It's only so that you can see where I actually am building or I intend to build. I'm also using the corpse locator because that's handy. Unlimited respecs in case I want to use mind wipe and make some cool stuff later on. And I'm also using single player settings. What this means is that the bosses will be much easier to kill, and I believe it also infers speedier tames and also better XP. So I'm going to start on the island and I'm going to be running single player. These here, I don't think console gets these if you're on console, but these are all the mods I use for my server. I might cover that a bit later as to where my server, what my server is and where to find it. Okay, so hit single player. I'm now starting again on the island. I should be starting at level 1. Hopefully we'll find out. Yes, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to create a new survivor, and I'm looking to start at zone 2, which is where it's highlighted here. So I should spawn anywhere in this area. Normally it spawns me over here, which is really annoying. But where we're going to be building is in this area here. Now the reason I do that is because it's not really an area that's visited by anything larger than a raptor or a sarco. Sarcos I can deal with because they're slow, and with enough spears they can be killed very easily. Raptors are very rare, but you do get them, but they're easily countered, especially when you have bowlers. So if I spawn over here, I'll be making my way around this bay, across the water here, and then across to this little island. So, create a survivor. I already have one loaded preset. Bam, that's me. Look at my chiseled coolness. Call myself who I am. And create. Yes, I wish to destroy my previous survivor. Okay, so you start at level 1. You're naked, there's a turtle walking all over me. And I believe I've started on the opposite side of where I said I was going to start. Not entirely a bad thing. Okay, you saw the item in my arm. That is your specimen implant. All of this stuff, these ones, the aberrant, these are pre-order skins for the season pass, and all of this stuff are achievements that I have earned by killing certain things or earning certain achievements. Yeah, so starting off at level 1, what do? Well, you need to first of all find some stone. So here's a stone. You notice in the center right of my screen there's that little hand. Put it on the dark background there so you can see it easier. That means you can pick something up. In this case I believe it's the rock. It's the rock. Okay, and same with this rock. Some rocks might look like you can pick them up, like these ones, but you can't pick up this one in particular, see? But the ones over here, you can. Okay, so that's one thing to know is if you think it's a pick-upable stone, if that's even a word, it'll have the hand there. If it's not, it won't have it. Okay, so what do I have? I have the pick, the torch, and notes. Notes aren't really handy now, so we'll ignore that for now, but we do have torch and pick. So we need a pick to start with. So we need thatch and we need wood. So to get that, we have to punch trees. Yay! Makes sense. So, punch the wood, punch this. Give me enough. Okay, cool. Point to note is obviously if you look near the bottom right, the cross, which represents my health, and the lightning bolt, which represents my stamina, reduced in their fill. Now, that means that I've lost health because I'm punching trees with my bare hands, and I've lost energy because I was punching the tree with my bare hands. You lose energy with every action you do. I'm just going to get rid of these because they block up everything. Okay, so I currently have enough to build a pick. So let's build a pick. That should tip us over the edge for level 2. Okay, so what we're going to do now is pick a stat we wish to increase. I will go with health for my first one, and then we have 8 engram points and some stuff. So, because it's early in the... What time is it? I can't even tell. Time 8:27. So it's still early in the morning, so I will pick the spear and the hatchet. Okay, and you'll notice if you go to your crafting menu, we now have the spear and the hatchet. So, in order to build those, we need our pick. So back in our inventory, drag and drop. I put it in my 2 slot because my 1 slot is normally reserved for spears. Get some more thatch and some more wood. How long tree? There we go. And then we run over to this stone and we'll hit the stone. We're looking for flint, which is hit from stones, and obviously you can get metal and obviously stone from stones. Or rocks. How about that? So we'll punch some of this stuff. Well, use a pick at least. Come on. Okay, that's done. Good work. Whoa. Okay, as you can see, the bar above my stamina, the icon above my stamina, which is a piece of meat or a haunch of meat, that's dropping, and it's also sort of like a grey as opposed to a blue. You poop. Ew. That's basically telling you that you need to poop, and the bar itself, the icon itself, tells you how hungry you are based on how full it is. So fully bright blue means that you're not hungry. Half, which is probably what it is about now, just over half, that tells you that you're hungry and will probably need food at some stage. Okay, if we look at spears, it tells you that you need fiber as well as wood. So, as I've already got enough material to make an axe, let's make the axe. Let's also make the torch. Axe in the 3 slot, that's where I put it anyway. And torch in the 9 slot. So I have a pick, an axe, and a torch. Go me. So, yeah, now I need to make some spears. So, get some more wood. Okay, but now we need fiber. Fiber is made, is harvested rather from plants, along with berries. Now the berries aren't tree specific, so they don't follow real life. Some mod maps do make it so that certain bushes do give certain berries. But ARK hasn't got around to that, or the proper ARK hasn't got around to that yet. It was supposed to be a thing. Maybe it will still come, but as of release, it's not a thing. Either they didn't have time for it, or they've decided to go a different direction with that. So yeah, what I'm doing now is I'm basically just stocking up on berries and on fiber, because I'm going to need a bit of it to make spears, and also to have some food. And I leveled up. Yay! Okay, that level up is important because now I get access to... what will I do? I'll do another... Seriously, stats, it's up to you what you want to do. You can either be super healthy and not be able to do much stuff, or punch things but be super weak, or whatever you want. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do. It's single player, especially in single player, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, so I'm going to give myself a campfire to cook some meat and some pants, because I am, civilized, apparently. And I will also take the hat. So to build those, I have 151 fiber so far. So build some pants and build a hat. And then build 5 spears. Yay, I have pants. And a hat. Success! Okay, point to note, when you're building stuff, you will move at a slower rate. Okay, so I've made some armor, being the pants and hat that I'm wearing. I'm making some weapons currently, being the spears. And I have some tools and a torch. So essentially, I'm ready to face the world. Well, as long as the world doesn't include anything that has teeth bigger than a Darlo, which we haven't seen yet, which is good. Okay, so the dinosaurs back there that you saw, the one with the sort of crest-looking thing where my spear tip is pointing, that's a parasaur. That's a transport slash pack mule type mount. Then there's the trike at the back there, Triceratops. They are a short range, due to their speed, short range attack mount. They can be used for gathering berries and seeds by headbutting bushes that I've picked by hand. And they can also be used as a pack mule because of their reasonably high carry weight. Dinosaur to my spear tip now, that's an oviraptor. We aren't going to worry about that these guys now, but once we get into like Rex eggs and Quetzal and Giga eggs, taming them is a lot simpler, and they're useful for increasing the rate at which dinosaurs lay eggs. And by dinosaurs, I'm referring to every animal on the Ark as a dinosaur, even if it's Dodo. I will still call them dinos. It's just easier that way. So yeah, this island is where I'm obviously going to be building. So what we'll do is we'll actually, how many berries do I have? Okay, not enough. Every herbivore in this game uses mejo berries to tame, so hopefully I get some more mejos to be able to demonstrate this effectively. More than one would be nice, thank you very much. Or not. Come on. Give me some mejos. Oh, well, there's the extra 4, that's handy. 1. God damn it. Yay, this is the fun part. Now I won't be doing this all the time. You don't really need to watch me pick up berries. It's just this particular video. Obviously, I'm sort of trying to show you what to do when and where. So you eventually kind of get the point that yes, picking up berries via bushes. Okay, got it. Now hopefully this works. I should have enough berries. So at this level, we don't really have much to trank stuff with. So start off with a dodo, and we're going to punch it in the head. Yep, just going to punch a dodo. Okay. Now that it's unconscious, don't hit it anymore. What we're going to do is place the mejos in, but you can also place in every other berry you have. You don't really need stim berries at this point. Do keep narcos, they are important, and the other ones you don't really need. Excuse me. But they are useful for food. And they can carry the seeds as well, just because they're light and easy. As you can see on this guy, his unconscious meter is dropping rapidly, but is also taming very quickly. He's at 62.5 now. If you look up in the placard, he's got taming effectiveness 97.4, and in brackets a +5 level. That's his tame bonus. So the tame bonus is typically 50% of the creature's level. So this is level 12, so 6 would have been the best. Now at 100% effectiveness, this would have tamed at level 18. As you can see, this tamed at level 17. So he, or she rather, received 5 bonus levels to taming. Now the higher the effectiveness, the... what the hell is that? Ah, Bronto, really? Okay, Brontos are passive, but if you do hit them, they're a nuisance. And also, if they get attacked by anything in your general vicinity and they start using their tail, they're going to hit you too. So that's going to be problematic. but we will adapt and overcome. Okay, so that is how we tame a dodo. Now they're useless for anything other than laying eggs, which is why I got a female first up. Female, you can tell because the writing is pink. And if you look on its thing, it's got the symbol for female. So that is a female. Speaking of Sarco, that is a Sarco. Sarcos, for those who are uninitiated in dinosaur games, or dinosaurs in general, Sarcosuchus is a giant crocodile. This here is a listro. Now this is another taming method. So some dinosaurs get away from us. Where are you, Sarco? Okay, some dinosaurs use a passive taming method, which means that you don't have to punch them unconscious or render them unconscious to tame them. This guy being one of those, the listro, or as I like to call it, the dino pug. So, simply walk up to it, feed it a berry. It's now at 10.2% tamed. And we'll just follow it around and wait till it's hungry again. Off the top of my head, I don't know how long it's going to take. But these guys are useful because they can actually increase the XP gain of creatures around you. So like your tamed creatures, I mean. But you should be ready for feeding soon. There you go, 20.3. So 10 Mijos and this guy will tame. Ugh, 10 Mijos. Easier said than done at this point. Okay, I'm going to try and keep these between 25 to 30 minutes long, so I may end up doing more than one, at least tonight especially. I will, however, try and keep the next one sort of gathering free, because the grind is, well, you don't really want to watch it for the grind. That's what I do between the scenes. So yeah, each dino has a specific use. Sarcos, they're sort of like or they are an aquatic mount, but they're not my first choice, let's put it that way, for a combat mount. But if in a pinch, they are a handy aquatic mount for you to have. And they can swim in shallow water as well, which is something that something like sharks and stuff can't do. Parasaurs are probably going to be my first mount that I tame, purely because it's always my first tame. Well, my first tamed mount, I should say. Oh, did I? Why haven't I done that yet? Melee damage, and I want to make that, and that, and that. Cool beans. Oops. Nope. Five more berries. Don't go into the water. Some dinosaurs react to you differently when you try and tame them in this method. Some will try and run away, some will get angry, such as the Gigantopithecus, which is a Bigfoot looking creature. That will get angry at you and smack you from here to over there somewhere. So watch out for that. We will eventually tame one of those throughout the series. They can wear armor, which is kind of cool. Put a metal helmet on a monkey, they look pretty boss. We probably won't get around to building this episode, but to considerations for building, you want to find an area that's, as I said before, a little bit less busy in terms of bitey things. So as you can see, this area is pretty chill. I've got a Sarco over that side of the river. It can come across, and it probably will at some stage, so I'll have to deal with that when it comes. But this area is relatively chill. So it's a good area to build, and eventually, end game, I will have a massive wall surrounding this entire base. I will have auto turrets at certain points to keep out anything that might try and bother me, although with the wall up they can't see, nothing over this side can see in anyway, because nothing's that big. You might get the occasional wrecks coming from over yonder. They normally live further up that way. They might come down to say g'day. But yeah, nothing bigger than that normally comes down this way. Except the occasional raptor, which I'm prepared for. Come on, nearly tamed. Okay, you don't really need to start taming stuff straight away. I've just done it because it's obviously to show you guys how it's done, and you know, give you a reason behind why you want to tame some things. So for the dodo, you want its eggs, because dodo eggs are used for making dodo kibble, which is used for taming pteranodons, which are probably going to be your first flying mount. You get their saddle at level 38. As you can see over the back there, that creature there, that's a beaver or castroides. Don't mind me if I butcher the name, but that's a beaver. They're basically a mobile smithy. They also collect wood, and they're handy for that. So this one's tamed, little pug. So you pet it, jumps up and down, and you'll notice the arrow with the plus sign. That's basically saying that it's increasing the XP gain of any dino that was around me. If any dino was around me right now, it would also share that symbol, but it would be yellow. So let's go back to the dodo. Just had a drink then. Do you have a drink? Walk up, press E, you'll drink. Also hungry, so I need some berries. While I'm saying I've got some. Press and hold. Berries. Oh, okay. So I've just eaten some stim berries. Stim berries will increase my stamina, but decrease my water. So take that into account. Oh, snap. And run away from the Psycho before it tries to eat me. Come on, Listro, you're killing me. And you are killing me as well. So we'll discard this guy down, or girl I think it is, to meow, and as he gets closer, he or she gets closer to the dodo, we should start to see the dodo. There we go. So the dodo is now getting an XP buff. Now you get passive and active XP. Passive XP you get just sitting around doing nothing. You see, I just did it just then. So that's accrues, you know, at like 0.1 XP per second. So theoretically, you could sit here for 11 million hours and level up. A little bit inefficient, but you can do it. Active XP is gained from crafting, building, taming, yeah, all those kinds of things. So now I have 2 dinos. I haven't named them yet, but I can name it if I wanted to. But you're expendable, and well, you're expendable too. Sorry about that. They become handy later on when you're trying to increase the rate at which your high-end mounts tame, especially your bred mounts. So, yeah. So I'll place them in. Do not eat, and I'll show you why. Do not eat these guys. Okay, as you can see, I've got torpidity. Now I have 200 torpidity. If I eat this berry, I get 7.5 torpidity. If I ate more of them, up to about probably 50 or so, I would actually fall unconscious, which is a bad thing to do, especially if you're being chased by something with teeth. So, I've got some, word to the wise. These little birds over here, the ones that are dumping in and out of the water, avoid them at all costs while you're at low level. Jesus Christ, I didn't even see you coming. They will pick anything out of your inventory and eat it. If it's a food, or if it's like one of your spears or a tool, they'll pick it out of your hands and then drop it some distance away, all the while trying to kill you. They're not hard to kill, but they are just a real nuisance because they obviously fly around and you're trying to like follow them and they're trying to stab them. It's just annoying. Okay, with a spear, while we're on the subject of stabbing things, spear has two modes: general stab, in which it has a chance to break, and it's not. You might get two break in a row and then have one that lasts for like 11 years, exaggeration, or all five of them will break in one go, and you're sitting there cursing the gods. And it also has a throw mode. Now, as you can see, that spear got drawn back, and now I'm sort of starting to shake. That's charged, so it goes the furthest distance away. I'll eventually come back down, then I can go and collect it. Whereas if I just threw it normally, the more charged it is, the more damage it does when it's thrown. Handy to know for dinos such as the Dilo, and also for Raptor, especially if you're higher up than the Raptor and the Raptor can't get you. You'll be able to kill it pretty easily. Okay, let's start gathering the stuff to build the starting of our base. So you want to build a base that is easily expanded upon. So my personal preference is to go for a 2x2 to start with, and have that 2 walls high, which is easily doable by the time I've finished building the foundations. I level up enough to be able to do that. So 4 of those, 1 door, and then build the rest in walls. As for where will I build, initially I'll build in the rock. By the way, I call this particular island / area the rock for obvious reasons. So yeah, I will build in the rock to begin with, or slightly out of the rock. It enables me to use the rock as a source of cover, and also I can build a fence around this small area to keep my dinos inside and protected, with minimizing my resource usage. So we have the 4 thatch foundations. I'm going to build. I won't build on the Illustro. I will build next to the Illustro. 1, 2, 3, 4. And build the door here. No. There, thank you. And build the walls around here. Okay, as you can see, I've started the base. So that'll be 2 walls high. And then I will probably put some build a door and build. I want to build ceilings, but then I'll build some thatched slope walls and some sloped roofs, and I'll give it the hut a point. Okay, well, that about wraps up this video. What I'll do from here is I'll do some more gathering and finish off this thatch hut, and then I'll come back for another episode where we'll look at taming a couple more dodos, and also hopefully a couple of decent level dilos to act as our hunting pack. Yeah, so I'm Kalen556. You're watching ARK Survival Evolved. Hope to see you on the next episode. If you've liked what you've seen so far, or you found it useful, please like and subscribe, because I intend to do some more. It will basically explain how to start off in ARK, what to do with what dinos, and where to find them. and also looking at the explorer notes, the caves, the obelisks, as you can see center screen, what that shining pillar of light is over there, which is in the forest. Yeah, all of those questions will be answered by me, and yeah, just let's explore the arcs together and find out exactly what we're all doing here prior to the launch of ARK Aberration, which I believe is going to be sometime in October. Okay, once again, I'm Kalen556. Thank you for watching.